Hello everyone. We are going to talk about what happened in the cloud Google Nest in the next 24. And really, are you going to see in this summary of the news, everything is related, and everything, when I say everything is related to AI. So it looks like we are not talking about a cloud company, we are not talking anymore about GCP, and we are only talking now about AI. So one of the first things that we can see is that they presented Gemini AI 1.5 Pro. And what happened with this Gemini 1.5 Pro? It's a version that is more or less the same as many other versions. It's the same version as GPT-4. It's offering the same LLM model that is going to present Apple in the next days. But the main difference here is that it's able to accept 1 million of tokens at the same time. And one of the main differences is that, okay, it's not the main difference, but okay, one of the characteristics that is adding now here is that you can go to Vertex AI and you can add, if you want, a video, or you can add an audio, or you can add an image, something that you can do in GPT. But okay, you can add whatever file that you want with this 1 million context, and then you can check how it's working. The next thing is that Gemini is adding something that is in the market in many months, that is called Copilot. But okay, Gemini is adding this code assistant that what it's doing is able to help if you're using Visual Studio or any other tool. It's helping you to code. It's not yet, I have not yet tested, but okay, the price is next. The price is $22.80. If you compare with Copilot, that is $10 in the normal user version, or if I remember correctly, $19 in the business version, and 29 in the or 39 in the enterprise, I think it's a bit expensive. But okay, it's how it is. And another thing that Google is adding is the same thing that AWS added in the last release. And no, I don't know if you know that there is now a way to have a chat with capabilities to talk and to make questions about what is happening in this cloud. For example, you can ask, I want to create a load balancer. What is the best option that I have? But at the end, it's an static bot, because you cannot tell to the bot, okay, I want you to create this load balancer with this characteristic. You are not able to do that. So for me, it's cool, but the problem is that, okay, it's at the end, it's the same thing if I go to GPT again and I ask to GPT. There are many options that you have now in this Gemini. That, for example, you have Gemini now connected to BigQuery, you have Gemini connected to Looker, Gemini connected to databases. Gemini is connected to everything. And one of the themes that will appear they said at the end of the month, so more or less in a few days. Okay, we have to check that. And it's something that is super interesting. And it's Gemini connected to security. And what does it mean? So we are going to be able to use Gemini, as far as we can understand, to make a scan of our system and to tell to us what happened in the security of our system. But okay, this is something that we need to see. But okay, because if this is like the chatbot that is horrible chat, okay, then it's going to be something bad. But for me, it looks the best thing that you can do with AI, because if you can tell, okay, this is what I have, this is all my environment, can you make to me a complete audit, or at least a basic audit, or some little points, this could be something cool. Another option that we have in this AI, is that now, for example, there is, again, AI, Google Cloud AI, we can change the name, is that there is a new AI meeting and messaging. And the idea is something that you have many other tools that are doing that, You can pay, if I remember, $10 per month, and then you have the option. It's something that it was before, but okay, it looks like now they improve. You have the options to, as soon as you have a meeting with Google Meet, it's able to make a summary of this option. So this is cool. It's a very good idea, because at the end you have all these points that you were talking in this meeting. Okay, again, nothing to be with Google Cloud. Something that is interesting too is the new chip. It's something that we talk in some podcasts, and we have been talking about that many times now, that because it's super simple these days to create a new chip. It's only a software, and then you send this code to a company, and then the company make the chip for you. And as you can see, Apple is creating their own chip, Amazon is creating their own chip, Meta is creating their own chip, and Google is creating their own chip. And this TPU B5P, sorry, I think it's B55GA, is now available, and you can use, and even if you can use in your GKE, you can use in your Kubernetes. And for me, apart from the security thing that I was telling to you, the other main new feature that is going to appear, that again is not yet available, because this is something horrible, because most of the thing that they're telling to us is now in a private preview, and you're gonna test it. You don't know the price, you don't know anything, but okay. This new thing is called a confidential computing. And what does it mean? That means that, for example, you have a laptop, and your laptop could be encrypted. But when your laptop is encrypted, the encryption that is in your laptop is static, is related to the hard disk. But when the data go to the CPU, to the memory, it's unencrypted. But in this case, in this confidential computing, everything is encrypted. Even when you are computing this data, everything is going to be encrypted. And I think it's going to be a super cool idea. So there are many other little changes, like for example, File Store now is supporting single serve backup, little changes in cloud storage, little changes in databases, like Database Studio, but everything, as you can see, everything when you go and checking, this is what I'm doing now, I'm checking most of the other options. Most of the options that we have now are connected to AI. And for me, it's sad because there are hundreds of new changes, but because everything is AI, you are losing context and you don't get what it is. And for me, something else is not that there is no new components. So there is nothing new. So everything that we have in this next 24 is little changes, little releases over the old components, plus AI. So there is nothing new. You can see, for example, okay, you have Cloud Run and GKE, and you have new options in GKE, because now, for example, support container and model preloading, GPU, the new GPU that we are telling that now you can use in GKE. You can use now a new kind of NVIDIA in GKE, and many other connection with Gemini. Everything is with Gemini. But there is nothing like a new component. And for me, this is sad. But okay, I hope that they stop to be an AI cloud company and they jump to be again a cloud company, only because I understand that AI is giving money to you, but it's sad. It's sad that these days everything for Amazon, everything for Azure, everything for Google is AI. When even I love AI, but I think that this is not a good thing. Okay, I hope that you enjoy, and see you next week.
Do you think your project infrastructure is well set and maintained? We know for sure there is always room for improvement. If you are uncertain where to begin, let's first do an audit of what you already have. We will review your setup from every angle: performance, cost, security, high availability, automation, and provide you with a detailed roadmap of which direction your infrastructure should go, generate concrete tasks for you to implement, or even take on your infra entirely, if you let us, of course.